This is News 25 with Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Hello and welcome to News 25, your news source from Pahrump to Las Vegas and across Southern Nevada. I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, December 8th. In our top story, 2 inmates working on work release at the Pahrump Detention Center are arrested on drug charges.
On December 7th of this year, the Nye County Sheriff's Office released a report regarding drugs that were discovered inside the Pahrump Nye County Detention Center. Captain David Berukowitz stated the following information. On 12/5/2022, NCSO detention deputies received information that Clark and Allen, while assigned to an outside work detail, were smuggling narcotics into the Nye County Detention Center. An investigation was started immediately. It was discovered that Clark and Allen were bringing heroin and methamphetamine into the detention center. They were then distributing it through inmate Lewis, Collins, and Avila, who were also inmate workers. They then were attempting to distribute the narcotics through the laundry distribution in the jail. Kaylin Elaine Copper, Austin Richard Collins, Larry Gregorio Avila, Brian Keith Lewis, Justin Eugene Connor, Matthew Ryan Clark, Joshua David Allen, Nicole Lynn Mathens, Orion Philip Ray were all arrested for being under the influence of a controlled substance and for their role in the conspiracy of distribution of a controlled substance to a prisoner. Captain David Berukowitz stated that the inmate workers lost their worker status and were charged with the new criminal charges.
In more local news, a woman is arrested and an area man is now on the run after starting an argument at the Pahrump Nugget that ended with a gun being pointed at the victim and a security guard.
On December 4th of this year, Nye County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Pahrump Nugget regarding a report of a man with a rifle. During their investigation, it was discovered that a fight had allegedly occurred at the bar and that Anthony Bell, 26, of Pahrump, had left and went outside to his vehicle. The other male involved in the fight followed him out along with a security guard. Bell went to his vehicle and allegedly drew a rifle, racked it, and advanced on the security guard and the other male. Bell then ultimately fled. According to the report, sheriff's deputies responded to Bell's last known address. There they located Kathleen Giuliano, age 25, of Pahrump. Initially, she refused to come out of the residence. A search was then conducted on the residence, and Anthony Bell was nowhere to be found. However, the rifle from the crime scene was seized and it was discovered to be a short-barreled rifle. While in the residence, sheriff's deputies discovered a hypodermic device loaded with narcotics and living conditions that were not suitable for children. Kathleen Giuliano was arrested for possession of a controlled substance and child neglect. An arrest warrant was later issued for Anthony Bell for the charges of assault with a deadly weapon, aiming a gun at a person, drawing a deadly weapon in a threatening manner, and possession of a short-barreled rifle. Bell is described as a 26-year-old white male, 5'8", 137 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was last known to be operating a white Nissan Frontier as pictured. Anthony Bell is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information as to Bell's whereabouts are asked to contact Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000 or submit a tip through the Sheriff's app or through the Sheriff's Office social media or by email to sheriff@co.nye.nv.us.
News 25 will be right back, and as we head to break, we'd like to remind you that you can watch any of our newscasts on Local B TV. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, new information released today regarding the impaired driver who struck and killed 5 bicyclists in Las Vegas back in December 2020. Investigators now say that that driver was indeed impaired with methamphetamines.
A drug-impaired and fatigued truck driver was the probable cause of a December 2020 crash on a Nevada highway that killed 5 bicyclists and injured 4 others, federal authorities said on Wednesday. But the National Transportation Safety Board's final report on the crash also said that a contributing factor to the tragedy was the biker's decision to ride in the right travel lane of a 75 miles per hour roadway about 60 miles south of Las Vegas. About 20 bicyclists were riding into a strong headwind during an annual recreational ride through the scenic desert in Nevada and California. Investigators said the flat-faced truck plowed into cyclists riding behind a support SUV on US 95 between Boulder City and Searchlight, Nevada. The then 45-year-old commercial truck driver, working for an Arizona-based courier service, told authorities after the crash that he fell asleep at the wheel. But Clark County prosecutors said blood tests showed Jordan Alexander Barson had 9 times the amount of methamphetamine in his system that would indicate impairment. Barson pleaded guilty in June 2021 to 2 counts of driving under the influence, resulting in death, and is serving a prison sentence of 16 to 40 years. Barson's plea deal avoided trial on 14 felony charges that would have kept him behind bars for the rest of his life if he was convicted. In its report, the National Transportation Safety Board said strategies are needed by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to reduce fatalities, injuries, and crashes involving drug-impaired drivers. The agency also said it advocates a safe system approach to protect vulnerable road users, including bicyclists.
And 2 Pahrump inmates are arrested, charged with battery after getting into a fight.
On December 6th of this year, the Nye County Sheriff's Office reported that they have arrested 2 individuals who are now facing the alleged charges of battery by prisoner. According to the declaration of arrest on December 6, 2022, Nye County detention deputies were advised of an altercation inside the Pahrump Detention Center involving 2 inmates. Upon arrival, officers saw that one inmate.
The Board of County Commissioners request more money to bring remote area medical to Pahrump and surrounding locales.
The approval for funds for the remote area medical clinics here in Pahrump and Tonopah would allow us to not only expand our clinics at Tonopah, where there is an immense need, but it will also allow us to continue providing these services in Pahrump. We have noticed a large increase in under or uninsured patients seeking care at our clinics since the pandemic, and these funds will help continue to fill the gap of those needs in our communities. So to clarify where all this money is going is to pay additional staff to make sure that that clinic happens in Tonopah. So it usually takes a year to plan a RAM clinic, and this clinic is in March. So we are already in crunch time and need to be negotiating and entering into contracts at this point. So we would certainly be able and be happy to come back for Pahrump, but Tonopah would not happen without an approval today.
All right, so when you get there, you've got 3 different line items. We have a reimbursement. There it is on the board for you. That helps all of us. The next one is the Tonopah Clinic. We know it's going to cost every bit of that much to do that clinic. If you're concerned the Pahrump Clinic is too high and you like the number of $25,000, make a motion to amend that and only that, and I can support it.
Is that a motion? I'll make a motion to amend and adopt and amend in the following amounts. Removal of the 2022 Pahrump RAM Clinic reimbursement and $13,004.24, removing that. Approving the 2023 Pahrump RAM Clinic funding in the amount of $25,000 even. and the 2023 Tonopah Ram Clinic funding in the amount of $41,433.
Now I'm going to call for the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Well, don't grab that remote. After the break, we have some Christmas advice for you on fun things to do in Las Vegas and what you could get your loved ones for Christmas that won't cost a dime.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, 'tis the season for Christmas cheer in Las Vegas. The Plaza Hotel is hosting a Christmas Expo that's free for the entire family, but you should hurry. It ends this Saturday.
Looking for something free to do with the entire family this weekend in Las Vegas? Well, look no further as the Plaza Hotel is hosting a Christmas Expo that's free for the whole family. The Downtown Christmas Expo was created to draw more attention to quality Western products and talents. The carefully curated shopping event featured a diverse array of apparel and accessory designers, artisans, jewelers, and Western couture. The expo showcases exclusive looks and products from Western industry vendors, including its top makers and trendsetters. Downtown Christmas Expo is a marquee part of the annual Western experience that takes place in Las Vegas every December. The admission is free and open to the public inside the Plaza Hotel, 3rd floor, Convention C. It starts at 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
And if you're not sure what to get your loved ones for the holidays, there are plenty of ways that you can show you care that don't require buying anything. Psychologist Dr. Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says you could do something to help them out instead.
Some of the best gifts are not the most expensive. In fact, free gifts that don't cost any money, like acts of service, reflect sometimes the most thought and care and can be more meaningful than any gift that you purchase.
For example, Dr. Albers says you could make a delicious dinner for that person, walk their dog, or do chores for them. If you know a parent, you could offer to babysit their children so they could have some time alone. For older individuals, they may appreciate you going to the store for them or shoveling snow in their driveway. Another option is to use your talents. If you're good at organizing, you could clean out a person's pantry or use your artistic ability to make them a drawing. Gifts of service can also be meaningful for children, especially if you're on a budget and can't afford to buy them that toy or electronic they wanted.
These gifts will come and go. Kids remember how they feel during the holidays. So making them feel loved, supported is going to be much more giving in the long run than any kind of toy that you could give them.
Dr. Albers also says that if you're unsure of what to do, try to think about what kind of needs the person has, or if they've mentioned lately something that they could use help with. That could be a good starting point.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a live look outside at our beautiful December day. The clouds are rolling by, that beautiful sunset, but those temperatures are also dipping. We'll take a closer look after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios on a Thursday. Looking pretty frosty up and down the map. Look at this. Fernley Fallon in 43 and 46 degrees. Carson City saw 44. It was only 36 out in Tonopah. You're the Cool Spot Award winners. Y'all so cool out there. 39 in Goldfield. We saw Beatty hit 51. 55 is the hot spot today in Amargosa with Vegas close behind at 54. and a paltry 66 out in Death Valley. But here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 49 degrees. That's our current temperature. It was 56 just a little bit earlier. Not too bad. South-southeasterly winds blowing to the tune of 5 miles per hour, and the humidity started the day at 6:42 a.m. at 30%, and it was the sunset at 4:28 this evening. We saw that humidity bumping up to 43%. Oh my. Could be some clouds coming at us. Low tonight at 33. Clouds, maybe snow. Let's see. Well, we do have some clouds for sure. 56 degrees for the next couple days. Scooting all the way up to 60 on Saturday with the arrival of some wind at 17 miles per hour, heralding in a day or two of rain. Sunday, Monday looks pretty wet. 73% chance of rain on Sunday. For sure somebody's getting wet there. Monday, winds diminish down about 9 miles per hour. Still a little bit of rain to work out, but we see Tuesday and Wednesday with clear skies, temperatures in the upper 40s. Sounds like winter in Nye County. All right, back to the desk. Here's the lovely Dr. Unette Gentry.
Thanks so much, John. And we have information now on breaking news today that WNBA player Brittany Griner has been released from a Russian prison. And Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen from Nevada have made statements regarding that. Cortez Masto said that she is relieved that Griner will soon return safely after 9 months of, quote, unjust detention. Griner was detained in Russia back in February after being convicted of having possession of medically prescribed cannabis oil. She is now returning to the U.S. to the safety of her home and her wife. We congratulate Brittany Griner, and our sincere thanks goes out to all of the diplomats involved in that incident and her release. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you on our next newscast, or you can also watch us online on local BTV. Good night.